It's Ashley from Bookaholics Anonymous, and this is going to be my July wrap-up. It's kind of going up, well, not too late. Let me just say that I really kind of strayed from what I wanted to read in July and what I wrote, or what I had on my TBR, but that's okay, because I read 3 other books that, or I read 2 other books that I wasn't planning on, so, yeah. Actually, I think I read like 3 other books, but anyways. So, the first book that I did read that was on my TBR was This Adventure Ends by Emma Mills. I didn't even realize I tapped some of them. But this was just a cute, fluffy contemporary. And then I also read for the last day of the month, or in July, let's see, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, that is like really bad lighting. Anyways, which was actually for Booktubeathon, the last book I read was I Have Lost My Way by Gail Forman. I don't know, at first I didn't think I'd enjoy it, but then as the story kind of came together a bit more, I really did enjoy the characters and the way that they found each other and just their stories woven together. So, and there they go on the ground. Oh, awesome. So, and for the 3 books that I read that I wasn't really planning on reading, but after I read the first book, I knew I had to finish this series, or at least the books that were ready, and now I'm in like a slump from reading them. I just doesn't feel like any other book I read. I'm just like, it's not this book, but it's okay. So the first book I don't have a physical copy of, which I will, sooner or later I will buy one, just because I want one, and I want to be able to read it again, and that is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. So yeah, let's say the beginning of that book, I was definitely more of a Tamlin person, I'm gonna say. But as you guys know, if you've read the series, that changes. That changes so much for me. And anyways, after I read that, I knew I had to go out and buy the second book, which is right here. I don't want to move it just because. But as you can kind of, well, you can't really. Oh, okay, I knew that was going to happen. I knew all my other books were going to fall. Just a little. Oh. Okay. As you can kind of see, I tabbed it a little bit. Not a whole lot, but I will definitely probably do more if I read it again, which I'm pretty sure I will be reading again. But yeah, so I read this book, and you guys, I absolutely loved it. Loved it. Loved it. And then, of course, after that one, I had to read A Court of Wings and Ruin, which I also tabbed. And normally I do not tab stuff like that unless it means a whole lot to me. But just, I don't know, I'm just like in a slump after reading these books. And it really sucks. And so, of course, I had to read the other book, but that's for the end of this month's wrap-up because I read it in August. I read it a couple days ago and finished it, so. But I haven't done kind of like a book talk on the last 2 books. This one and this one. So I will eventually. But yeah, and I think the only other book that I said I was reading at the time and wanted to finish was Legendary, which also tabbed a little bit, but not a lot. And of course I did finish it, and I adored it as much as I did the first one, maybe a little more. But yeah, so those are the books that I read in July, and yeah. and so I will definitely. I think I actually have a book talk on this one already. But so those are what I read, and hopefully, so yeah, that was my wrap up. See you guys next time.